Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Urban Design on City Skylines with me, Praise, the very long awaited episode. I apologize guys for the very long wait. I did have a few technical difficulties where the software that I use to render out my videos to post up onto YouTube pretty much not failed on me, but because I'm not really using a legitimate copy, I won't mention the program. I guess some of you guys will know. I had to try and find a way of reinstalling it and getting it to work. And in the process, I was doing a few silly things here and there and ended up catching myself a computer virus. And I had to reinstall Windows. After reinstalling Windows, silly old me, I forgot to actually save the last episode's progress to the cloud. So what do you know, I ended up losing about a month's worth of progress, which I've been trying to catch up, which to this point I have caught up pretty much to what we were up to, and plus or minus a few additions, and ready to create new episodes. The reason why I wasn't creating them because I wanted to catch up, so I wasn't redoing old episodes of rework or done things already. So I'm going to get straight into it and explain some of the additions since the last episode, which there will be quite a few. And so, from the top of my head, we started working on Kei no Kami, and there was a different version of Kei no Kami. However, this was part of the progress that was lost, and I've had to redo it, and I've created it to be even better. I'd imagine, or I think, and where I have slightly better connections coming off the highway, and also just the main area of Kei no Kami is a lot more better. Just little details such as trees and foliage and other things have not yet been included, so that's still to be done. So it's not completed yet. On the other Kei no Kami it was, so there's still some progress to be done. Now over here, I had a couple of suburbs which we continued on, but I've lost them, but I've already laid out the road so we can start zoning straight away. What you'll also notice is that we've added a tennis center. I think I did this in the last episode. And so with this tennis center, the Rod Laver Arena, just as soon as the Australian Open has finished in Melbourne, I was thinking of adding some extra side tennis courts around here so I can expand this tennis center to like be a unique Grand Slam host of its own. And a little bit further along over here, you'll find that we have introduced also another intersection. So we did initially have a suburb around over here called Primrose Hills. I'm still going to try and incorporate Primrose Hills around over here. It might have to be some terraforming though. And it wasn't exactly well thought out because I've got this main island with lots of high density residential buildings, and that leads across into this avenue over here. And this avenue was then going through all these side streets and avenues leading onto this highway. And that was creating a lot of traffic issues around here. So what I've done is made a direct connection from here to the highway, and then made the necessary connections directly or straight up. And so that's what it ended up looking around over here. This whole connection around over here has changed, so it's no longer a bridge, but it actually gets tunneled in, so I can actually build over the top of the highway over here. So that's a nice little addition, I think. And this highway now keeps moving forward, I guess, over here into what will be residential areas around over here. It gets tunneled and it comes out on the top end of this mountain. So that leaves me with a lot of space around over here to potentially build more neighborhoods. And so where this highway goes is it just moves its way around on this main block of land, and it ends up coming around near our second dam. Okay, so right over here. So we've got our to the right we've got our industries such as our farming and our forestry industry, and on our left is the gateway to the center of the city, and also to our ore and mining industry, as well as other suburbs around over there. So that's the work that's been done around over here. I was thinking about possibly working on a golf course around over here, as there has been a new mod being released with all the necessary tools, I believe, in order to create a golf course. So I'm going to be examining whether or not I can make that or if it's feasible. Next thing, what else have we done? I initially worked on Nova Velas and Isaria, these two areas around over here, but that was progress lost as well. So we're going to have to redo a bit of development around over here. Now the big project, before I get onto the big project, as you can see right in front of us, but I also started working on our national park on this mountain with a waterfall and everything, but that progress was also lost. I was working on a twisting, winding road which goes up the mountain, where I had a little bit of a tower with an observation deck up at the top, and I was going to incorporate like a little hill on the top, but all that progress as well was lost. But the road was really good, and it's something that took like quite some time, because I was trying to make the road as smooth as possible go up on this mountain, and it wasn't complete, but at least one half of the mountain was mostly done. So I kind of have a vague idea of what I did, so I can redo it a little bit quicker this time. And if you're wondering about what kind of road it was just a basic road, two one-way lanes, and it ended up kind of looking like the I don't know, Pikes Peak, I guess, course you could say that's in the States. So I guess this national park up here, when it's developed, will be able to host something like that, like a sort of a race. Down over here we were working on our oil industry, which is no longer here as well, but we will probably start thinking about that very soon, especially with high demand for industry. And over here in this triangle, we're going to be introducing our secondary forestry industry, so we'll get around to that. And over here we've got this massive project happening right here, and so this project, there were several suggestions to keep the island that was here and several suggestions to expand, and so that's exactly what I've done, is expanded, which is providing me with a lot more space. And with that space I intend to add a couple of port harbours around here for ships, and also start introducing perhaps like some high density residential buildings, so that there's a bit of a mixture of everything on this main island. So the island has definitely grown quite a lot. Now the island's shape is not permanent like this as it is. I will be cutting off the land in order to form the shapes that I've created with the roads. The only reason why I expanded it this much is purely based that I wanted to give myself as much space as possible, because it's always easier to retract land than actually creating new land in the bay or in the sea or in the ocean, without getting massive or severe consequences with the water flooding everything, especially with the terrain being so low around this area. Over here I'll be introducing like a bit of a beach, like sort of an inlet beach, so that will require some development in terms of terraforming, so we might still see some flooding, but other than that I think that's pretty much up to date. I've caught up with everything. Oh, actually no, one more thing. There's always another thing that spots into my mind. Alright, so I had a little pond around over here with some footpaths connecting to the potential metro station around over here. So that's going to be developed this episode as well. And one big change that's going to be happening. Now, after last episode, guys, I was introducing all your new bus lanes and everything. So keep those suggestions coming, because there's going to be a lot more bus lanes being introduced. However, this whole block, if I can just zone it up or just show you exactly. So the whole block that you see here, if I can zoom in a little bit more, everything you see in this block or block and a half will be deleted. It will be removed, and we are going to be redeveloping this area completely. That's purely based because our main facility that we are going to be changing is our main train terminal. Now, at the moment it is elevated, but there is a new asset that's come out, And I'm going to be introducing that asset purely based that it incorporates metro lines into the actual train system or the train station. Now, with that being said, the station is not actually elevated, so I do need the extra space to start doing or to make the train tracks to go down. And it also has its own bus terminal or sort of mini bus terminal at the back. Now at the front end it's also got connections, or within it's got connections to the metro line. So I'm still going to try and make sure that this main bus hub is still included, but essentially what I want is to introduce that new train station. So if we just jump into the game, and if I just jump into our train network, I'll show you exactly what it is. So it's the modern central station M1. So if I just plop it down over here, well, as you can see, it actually has 3 metro lines underneath connected with the station. So that's exactly what I want. It saves from people having to exit the station and move to metro stations. And because it's so compact, I'll be able to add additional lines. So especially with this downtown area going to be very, very busy, it'll work absolutely beautifully. And then there's also other modular extensions that we can add, such as the M2, which is just the in-between rail. And then also the M3, which is the back of the station, which also incorporates a couple of locations for bus stops. So that's the plan. And before we go any further, one more thing that I want to show you is that also, no, I need to go into the game, is that I've been working on extra connections into the downtown area because I've realized that we do end up having quite a few issues, especially with the solitary connection that we have around over here. Like at the moment, it's fine, it's flowing pretty well, we've got no issues, but I've seen it get a lot worse very, very quickly. So I just want to make sure that we avoid any issues in the near future. Now I need to change this highway because it's not being utilized and it's in the wrong direction. There we go. So with that being said, I do have an extra highway connection that comes in over here. And what else is that I do have another connection, or more connections underground. So if we just jump down and underground, as you can see, so what I've connected is the essential main highway onto another highway which goes through and under, and I don't actually have that connected in the right direction, do I? No. There we go, now that's connected in the right direction. So that's why it wasn't getting utilized before, but now it should start getting utilized. And yeah, this looks a bit crazy and all spaghetti like, but trust me, it all has a purpose as to why it is like this. So don't worry, I don't think we'll have any problems with this. If we do, there might be some restructuring, but at the moment I'm not expecting anything serious or any real big complications. There is, however, one consideration that I'm in the process of making, and that is requiring whether or not we require additional connections from this highway into the other ramp around over here. But I'll need to take into consideration some things, because traffic coming from this area where my mouse is can go onto the highway in this direction over here. However, there is a catch, and that catch is that they need to take the loop over here, and then they can take the necessary highway to turn there. However, what am I saying? Traffic that's coming from over here will not be able to make that transition from the highway directly, because this highway over here that's running underneath over here does not have a connection to go right, and that's what's got me considering whether or not I need to create another connection to the ramp which leads onto here, which does the loop. So that's something that I'll be taking into consideration, and if I do it, it'll be definitely happening off camera, because I'm sure it will be quite a lengthy process. So it's good to see that this ramp is now being highly used. Worst case scenario also is we may have to provide other connections or ways out of this CBD, because at the moment we've got 2 main entry points, but we're struggling for exit points. I still think, even though we've got what is it, the one. I think it's just the one solitary one at the moment. No, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. From what I can see, just from this screen right here, right now, I think we've just got 3. So we definitely will have to be working on that in terms of access to highway points. All right, so I'm just hold on, just looking at my cat, making sure that she doesn't step on my power button. Alright, she's off. So for the time being, I'm not going to be really focusing on any bus lines or metro stations until we start reconfiguring this whole area. But before we start doing that, I want to make sure that the road network in the actual central area of this city is set out, so that way we know where all our main avenues are and or main roads, so that we don't later on have to like be moving stations around. Is that connected evenly? No, it's not really, but what we can do is perhaps add a couple of parks around here so they'll cover this awkwardly shaped area. So income is healthy as well. Our population is currently sitting at 121,000. And let me just consider what we need to proceed with, because at the moment we've got a really big demand for industry. So around over here, I think what I might do is start including some, actually because we've got this over here, I'm going to actually consider adding some car parks. So let's see, 2, that's 1 by 4, no, that's 2. That's what I'll include over here. And do I have my 2 by 2 lot? I think I do somewhere, 2 by 2. There we go. Alright, so that works perfectly well around over here. And I'll start including some extra high density commercial buildings on this avenue and on this avenue. And we'll see how we go in terms of demand. And we'll increase the speed of the simulation. It's good to see this connection being used quite heavily, though I'm a bit afraid that it's maybe getting used a little bit too much. So I'm considering whether or not we do need other access points, say from somewhere around this area. But we'll see how we go. I just want to have a look. Why is... Okay, so these are just expanding to level 2, which is about time. Now, a lot of people have been suggesting that the density of these buildings is a bit low. I'm not too concerned about that just yet. As you can see, we do have one building over here that has a grown building that has popped up, and it's full high density and fully level 3. So that's one thing that I am expecting for most of this area to develop into. So as you can see, once it does start developing to level 3, the gel or the mixture between the different densities will kind of level itself out. So there won't be such a big difference between our skyscrapers and just our general growable population on buildings. Alright, so I might save this area for some more what's it called, unique buildings. Over here I need to change or upgrade this so that we don't have those zonable blocks. No, office space, not industrial, silly me. So right now I'm just going to be zoning in a bit of work here and there. Just to see how things develop, especially with our RCIs, because at the moment we have a lot of demand for industry, like really big demand for industry. And while we're at it, I can put in some temporary industry, why not? Later if we need to make connections through it, we can do that. Temporarily though, this will work for me. So over here we've got now some development going on. I can't process this game at any faster speed than what it's currently going, just purely because my computer can't go any faster once we've reached certain limitations, and especially because there's quite a few mods actually being used, which is funny me saying that, because initially I did want to use a lot less mods on this map. Now, one thing, I'm going to go back to our highways. Before we do, I need to remove these residential zones from that. One thing that is of interest is that going back to these highways down here, I'm not entirely certain or sold on the way that they've been connected around over here. Now, this is providing an exit point at the moment, and I'm not just sure if that should be an exit point or if that should be an entry point. Because my thinking is that this should more or less likely be an entry point and this should be an exit point. And I think I'm going to do exactly that. So just for the time being, what level have we pushed this down to? 24. So I'm just going to remove that. And remove this, and I'll see what we can do in terms of trying to connect this avenue up. So this is going to be the beach, so what we'll have the avenue running underneath the beach. Is that legitimate or what? Yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. So let's just push that down to 24. Push that through. Now we need to take into consideration of other connections that we've got running through here as well. So the railway line that's running through is already at 24, and then the highway that meets directly next is even further. So I might actually have to lower this down even lower, down to 36. Push that through, remove that, push this through to here. Now, what do we have in terms of distance from here to here? If I can reach that. I want to see. That's 14. That's not enough, I don't think. So what do we have here? Nothing. From here? Nothing. So I'm thinking, let's see. That's currently at 12, so if I push this out roughly around to there, I might, you know what, I might actually have to make the alteration between height on the straight segment. So I'll push this up to 12. So let's just chuck it up by 24 units. And let's see, what do we have? 24 by 9. Oh, 11, so I want to push it out just a tad extra so that we can get 10 by 10. So I'll go out by 12 units, and that should be able to provide me with a 10 by 10 curve. Okay, perfect. And now from that, I'll start moving down even deeper, down to 36, and we'll go out by 24 units. And we should not have any issues now in bypassing everything. Let's see now, that's 24, so we might need to provide a small curve around over here. So if, let's see, we have a small segment which goes straight like that. So let's see, we might need to push this up to 24. Start pushing this down to 36. Actually, let's just remove that last segment. And out of curiosity, let's just see if we can just meet this up somewhere roughly halfway. Oh, awesome. And that gives us a pretty smooth gradient. And all that leads us is to having this meet up with that, which runs pretty smoothly. Just considering whether or not we need to, or we could push this a little bit further back now. So let's just push this out to say, we don't have tunnels here. No, we don't. So I could push that out to here. That out to there. And that out to there. Just change the direction of that. That's fine. And let's continue on. Now I'm going to have to change the direction of this highway. Alright. So now we've got our entry points into this area. Now we need to focus on that exit point. So to do this, I'm going to remove that piece of road. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's see, we may have to split this off into ramps pretty much very soon. So once in the highway, from here, I'm going to start splitting these off into its separate sides. So just a tiny or small segment that runs across like that. I'll get this to snap actually. Remove that. And without snapping, just line that up like so. That to there. Now with snapping, just join that up to here, join that up to here. And now I'm going to have to take into consideration all of the necessary connections. So the first one will be the easy one. So this will first have to continue on for a little bit in the straight direction, and we'll go down just so that we can bypass the highway over here. Create a small segment which comes up over here. Go up to underneath 12 by 12, and I'll join this up now as smoothly as possible like that. And this now connection out to there like so. Alright, so that's done. Alright, so with that done, let's see, what other connections could we possibly need to create? So first things first, I'll most definitely require to have a straight segment from here to here. And just join this up as smoothly as I possibly can. There we go. I think that settles that connection. And now the next phase of connections required to be around over here. Now there's going to be 2 connections required around over here. Now I just need to take into consideration how I'm going to connect this, providing that I may require to have a metro line somewhere around over here. So what I'm thinking of doing, let's see. Normally I do this off camera, but I guess you guys can see some of my thinking process. I'm thinking of stacking one ramp underneath another around over here in order to be able to connect to the highway. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to temporarily pause this game. From this point, I'm going to push this highway underground to that sort of level. Remove that. And so this is still going to connect where it was always connected. But this highway now, or this ramp, runs directly parallel underneath it. Like so. However, this highway now, let's change the direction, needs to push its way up. Small straight segment, and then I'll just join it up as smoothly as possible, like that. Okay, so that's connected. Alright, I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. Now, I need a secondary now ramp system. Okay, so that's connected to here. That connects up to the highway. So that's the highway connection. That's fairly... I could make this a lot easier by joining it up onto this ramp. It could possibly create some issues. Because I'm expecting there'll be relatively high volume of traffic coming out of this area, especially if we start filling in some residential facilities around over here. So that's the connection to the highway. Now I need a connection to this secondary ramp. I do believe that it will be necessary to have. So to do that, I'm going to have to run another connection, like so. Now I normally don't like to be doing so many connections underground, but seeing the way this city is going to be expanding, and after learning how things were working in Santa Cangelo, it's definitely the best way to pre-prepare for, you know, the worst case scenario, essentially. Let's see if I can create this at a nice angle. Don't think it will be possible. Or maybe, yeah, it will be. If I push it down a little bit further. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now just push that. Now that's actually not 90 degrees. See if I can make this 90 degrees. If I just jot a road off that. Oh, there we go. Could have made that so much easier for myself. Nine by 7, remove that. So what does this give me? Let's see, where's the snapping point? Just a little bit further. Maybe it's a little bit too far for it to snap. There we go, 12 by 9. So what I need to do is increase this by another 3 units. And now just jot this down like so. Change the direction of this. Now that that's all connected, I think, yeah, I can continue the simulation. That's at a lower level, so what I need to do, it's all at a lower level. Actually, this second one, I don't need to lower that. And I can actually start increasing the height of that one. What am I doing? I can actually increase the height. So actually push that out to here and start increasing the height. So what I might do is actually connect that up to this other point and then just make an offshoot. This will work easily. Just need to make sure that... oh no, I'm going to push that straight up. So let's see, if I push it up to say somewhere around over here, And let's see if I can just join this up with the snapping, like so. That can stay at that height level. I can just simply push this across. What's that? What's this going to give me? Nothing in particular because of this ramp in the way. So 5 by 8. So I'll increase it by another 3 units. And I'll be able to simply just join it up with a 5 by 5 connection. Alright, excellent. I'm happy with that. Okay. So that's still lower in comparison to the other road. So let's say 13 by... See if I can just join that up if that's going to be... will provide us with a smooth connection. And it does. Really smooth. Perfect. Just what I wanted to see. Alright. So it is a bit crazy, but simple idea and it's going to work. Well, hopefully. I seriously see no reason why it shouldn't. So one thing that is for sure is we're definitely going to be having some fun times in some specific areas with trying to squeeze in metro lines, that's for sure. Alright, one thing, simulation is continuing, yes. This road needs to be switched around. Alright, so that's our exit point. It's done and set in stone. Let's see now. I want to start providing perhaps some zoning around over here just to see how things start developing. Now, that was all completely wrong. I've been zoning these power lines underground. I don't know that we can zone underground power lines. I mean, you can't see them, but no, that's not what I want to do. These are just temporary power lines. I think it's because of one of the mods. Okay, so we got that temporarily set up. And I'll see now about trying to add some... Actually no, let's just remove that small little segment. And let's zone all that up and let's add a pedestrian footpath over here. You never know when you need one. Just jumps across. I should be able to do this. I'm just considering whether 6 is... I think 6 will be high enough. I really do think it will be high enough. I'll just do no collisions. Like that. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be high enough. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, because I seriously don't think we need to be pushing it up any further. Now, another thing that I wanted to add is another train station into here. In this case, we're going to be working with the Performance Sunken train station. Let's see if I just can squeeze this in around here somewhere. I was hoping to squeeze it in actually across like that, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to be adding an extra line here. So I'm going to be creating another or a secondary internal transit line. So I'm just going to be taking my considerations right now of how I'm going to be actually implementing this. Or if we do, we could potentially implement it like somewhere roughly around over here. Now that could be an idea. It doesn't line up exactly very well, does it? Over here, that doesn't line up very well. Perhaps around over here. Ideally, I wouldn't mind having it like that. But, well, I can't zone it up on an avenue? That's a bit strange. Hold on, let's see. That can't be right. I should be able to zone it up. That's an even point right there. Now, let's just remove that. And upgrade. No, in fact we can't. Wait. Let's just keep zoning that out. No, it wants to snap. Well, isn't this a shame? Alright. So be it. So it won't be put over here. How about around over here? On that sort of an angle. Space and distance too short. Hold on, let's see. Let's see if we can manipulate this. Yeah, we'll be able to do this, surely. So that's doable. Now the next part is that's doable. And then this last part also done. Easy. So this area may get quite busy. I'd say probably definitely get very busy. So we may need to take into consideration of, hold on, would this actually work if we were to place in, oh, you're just too big. Oi, just too big, eh? So how many lots do we have? We got 4, 4, 8, another 3, which is what, 11? And this goes out by 12, so I'd need to give it 12 blocks in between. Need to give it a space of 12 blocks in between. I'll do it. I'll consider providing the extra space here. First, let's turn that off because it's not required. But I'll do that off camera and I'll explain exactly what I did because it's just going to simply take me way too long to do that. I've got a stuck ship over here. That's fine. It's because of the new shipping lanes that I was doing. I may have broken something, but as long as the ships are still working, that's fine. I may actually have to... oh yes. So what I might have to do is remove that port and place it back in with a new one. Because I think I just broke it a little bit. Just a little bit. Remove this road. Pause the game. Place a new port in. Now connect the necessary road up like so. And we'll see how things go with that now. See if the boats kind of reactivate, because I was playing around with the expansion of the land to make sure that the boats weren't actually sailing or yeah on land. Okay. So what's next? We're still, wow, we have really no demand for any sort of residential. It's only purely commercial and industrial. Oh, one side is larger than the other over here. Did I misplace these parks? Oh no, it is 5 by 5. Okay, that's fine. What we can do is create some extra footpaths. One that will join up over here, one that will join up over here. That doesn't go, does it? No. So, and that doesn't go, really? Connect it up like that. If I must. There we go, that goes. Same on this side. This to here, and there. Don't need to connect the other side. Alright. So that's all fine and good. Now our next point of interest is to create a harbour or somewhere around over here. Now ideally I'm just considering whether or not we require 2 or 1 around over here. Normally I think just the 1 will be enough. Just have to consider what's the best spot for this. Alright, so let's take this into consideration. Well, I'm going to draw up a road which goes out by 10 units. We'll go out by 5 units and go across 5. Go out by another 4 units. I can't join it up like that. So, let's see. Okay, so needs to be joined up at a specific area. All I can do is potentially, know what I can do? In order to try and make this as straight as possible, let's try and terraform this perfectly straight. Undo that last modification. Okay, so I think that's as possibly straight as possible. Yep, okay. Now I'm going to try and insert a road around over here. So we've got kind of a guide when we're placing this so that this can kind of meet. Sorry guys, this should be placing this a lot faster, but I want to just make sure that it is in fact perfectly allocated. No, no, come on. Ay, ay, ay. This one side is slightly more than the other poking out, I think. Okay, let's try this again. So it's not exactly entirely straight. So, but I can clip it up to that point. So that's an idea. Why not just create a road that comes out to that same height level or same area? So we can just snap. Ah, there we go. Finally, I've used my head. Alright. Now we can proceed. So 5 units, and then from this 5 by 5. Simple enough. And now another 5 units. Or do we meet this with the avenue? I'm going to meet this with the avenue. So out to here, that out to there, and just join this up perfectly. No, I'm not going to join that up there. I'm going to actually make an intersection around over here. What's that, 5 by 23, so I'll go up by 18 units. Join this up. Alright, that provides us with a pretty good connection. It's a bit elevated around over here, but that's fine. That's absolutely perfectly fine. Let's see if I can add these nice can add it on this side and cannot place it on this end. Well, that's a shame. Unless if I were, no, I don't want to. Oh, actually, yeah, I could potentially just remove that. How many units do we have on one side compared to the other? So we've got 3 here and we've got a lot more over here. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I just remove that, and if we create that small straight segment, perhaps like, what's that? 28? So if we provide ourselves with 8 on this side and 8 on this side, is that enough for us to be able to... Oh, perfect. And now let's just please, please, please. Yes and yes. Alright, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Now it's just a matter of joining that up with that and that up with that. Awesome. Loving it. Now we'll require us to do some extra terraforming. Just copy that high level here and just drop it off like that. Perfect. And on this side as well. Let's just undo that last bit. Let's just lower the strength of that tool down a bit. Alright. And from this we'll be able to start perhaps like accepting ships. So let's just connect that up to here and then across out to there. Alright, so what do we have is we have Verucchio Harbour. So hopefully we'll start seeing some ships coming in here very soon. So our boats around over here are starting to work, so that's fine. We may have to make a modification around here. You stuck for some reason. Alright, we'll find out what's going on over here off camera. Highway around our airport is working. This cargo hub ship is stuck. Alright. And that's stuck pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is remove you. And now we need to place it back in again. So space already occupied. Let's see if we can fix that up by not making it occupied. Like so. And just the railway line, if I can find it here. Railway line. So from here, let's push down and just connect up to that, like so. Yeah. Wait. Before we continue, these roads need to be connected. So remove that. Remove that. So this to here, and this down to there. Perfect. All right, let's continue. You should have electricity very soon, and our ships will start operating once again. It's very finicky with the way playing around with shipping lanes while in game. You have to on an odd occasion remove things such as the docks. All right, so around over here, what are you complaining about? Low land value. Okay, so let's see if we can try and improve on that. One thing that I'm going to do is start seeing if we can add perhaps like a sunken plaza around over here, which is there, just to help boost a bit of land value around over here. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully that won't overlap too much. Then we've got this area which needs to be zoned up. This area. All of this zoned up. Actually no, this area no. Remove that, don't want that, don't want that. This has to be office space. And I want it, well, that was wrong. I need to fix these roads because I was in no collisions and all that, so all these roads must be fixed up so that we don't get these tile blocks. Alright, on the actual roads themselves. And all this will be office space. Bam. Done. So we'll just see how this will start to develop. We'll start putting some foliage in. Now around over here I'll start adding our little pond. But before we do, I'll start adding... so I'm just doing some more decorative things than actually properly expanding this episode, as you may guys have realized. It may not be everyone's forte, but a bit of everything must be done at all stages. So over here we need to increase the height level to 6. Just so that we can jump over the top of this highway. Then jump back into default. And start going back down. And just join up like that. Okay. I like that. I think that looks pretty. Yeah. Still a bit unsure about that being like that, so let's just see if we can push this down a little bit without getting these awkward dents in the ground. And let's just copy some lower ground from somewhere, just tiny bit lower, as I'm only going to be creating a very small pond around over here. Okay, something like that. Now let's just copy that height level and just make sure that the pond will be locked off. So the last thing I need is water to be overflowing where it doesn't need to be. So change the water capacity level to 0.01, the least possible. Just pause the game before we start letting the water flow and making sure that it only stays within the pond level or area, designated area. Now I'm hoping that it won't get affected too much by this highway. Before we do, just copy this height level and move that across. Okay, that will be fine now. Copy that, push that down. No, that's too much. Okay, I'm happy with that. We shouldn't have any spillages going on. There's our water. We'll add some clusters of rocks around. First, before we do that though, let's add some foliage around here. Something a little bit more natural looking, like not conifers but wild conifers. Something like large, real large trees. Oh, that's a really large tree. Let's see if I can place that temporarily over here. See if we can get a slightly smaller wild conifer. There we go, something like that. That's fine. Okay. So that's pretty good. We could do now with some different... Actually, I'll remove that one. I'm going to add some more decorative features for an entry point out of the highway. As I've done this in Kano Kami as well. So keep zoning a bit more. And it just adds to the detail. Like when you zoom in, just look how much, you know, effort has been spent in just detailing little areas. People really do take notice of that. From a distance they'll be, oh yeah, just the road trees, yeah, no worries. But in closer examination, people will take notice, and I like when that happens. just to show, you know, that you've spent the time and effort, you know, to really make things look really nice and pretty. Shows how much, you know, especially this city, it's just not any other city to me. This is like my baby, you know. The city I would want to be living in. What is that? I've never seen that. Red golf course flag. Oh, okay, that's strange. Oh, because of the golf course mods or assets that I've downloaded. Yeah, that's fine. I understand that. Add some extra foliage around over here. Now around over here I might add another little small segment of these fancy trees. What are they? Papelns? Or however you pronounce them. A few like that. No, I don't like that. That doesn't look too good. So what I'll start doing is adding some regular trees in between as well. Just to mix things up a little bit. Alright. And let's see, what other trees do we have? These ones, I haven't included these yet in much. So what I'm hoping for is these areas will be used. This footpath will be used as an access point to the metro station that we've placed around over here. Just placing some more extra bushes here and there. Just details that won't really be seen, but still they're there. A few extra trees of this kind around over here. Alright, I'm happy with that. Can offer some more high density commercial. Wow, look at this metro station getting used. That's great to see. So we'll get some more commercial into this area. Let's see if we can add some skyscrapers, eh? What do we have here? Torre Tesla. Now this is actually one building. No, it's not that. I was actually thinking about a different building of introducing. The Met, no. CN Tower, no. Columbia Center, no. Bank of America, that sounds interesting. Modern office. Let's see, where are we? Now also guys, with assets, I'm looking for lots of tall skyscrapers, growable as well as unique. One key thing though that I'm looking for is, wow, that's a big chunk, that city block. Now that would be cool to input. Don't have the finances for it, but wow, that would be awesome. Alright, so I might have to take this into consideration of placing this around here somewhere. Alright, so World Trade Centers, that'd be nice. Anyway, getting distracted. If you have any suggestions, please leave us a link or leave me a link in the comments. My preference is buildings, more in particular that are how do I say this, that are more glass based. So let's just have a look. Like this building over here, whatever it is, this is the Comcast Center building. So I really like the way that it's all glass on the outside. So if you've got buildings like that, definitely please do link them to me, because I'm trying to, it will save me time from having to, research new or possibly like new assets to add to this game, because I'd much rather have the time to actually record the game instead of scouring through the workshop finding new assets. Now this is the building that I wanted to add, but I'm thinking how to add this in. Let's remove that. So what's the go here? Select this avenue, push this up over here in terms of in that direction, push that out to there. What does that give me? 8 by 21. So that if I go up by 13, I'm gonna have to modify these power lines temporarily. And switch that around like that. That can work. And I'll save this big block potentially for those twin towers. That'd be a nice idea. Well, I could clear out a big chunk of space out of here to possibly put that in. I will require to save quite a lot of money though. Let's see. Will that actually fit in? I'm completely uncertain. How much of a city block do I actually need to clear out for this? It's quite big. So I probably will clear out this whole area and try and introduce this because it looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, so that's something that we'll be doing. So a lot of this will actually be disappearing anyway, including this city block around over here to incorporate our new train and metro station network. This area is quietly developing. I'm not going to pursue it any further because we're going to incorporate a main bus hub around over here as well. So we'll end up having 2 main bus hubs within the CBD area. So the CBD area is going to be covered really, really, really well. Alright, so our demand is rising. This area we can keep expanding, I guess. What do we have? Any spaces available around over here to expand? Yes. So what I can do is push this forward out to here. Join that up to there. Will that allow me to? Yeah, perfect. 2 by 2. So I'll just provide some more office spaces around here. Or even, I'm thinking, what about commercial? So if I were to expand that into office, remove that, and I'll incorporate this into commercial, simply because this is kind of more on the avenue, on the external avenue in more detail. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention as well is that I still have to fix up some of these walkways along the canal or river that we've created, because I had to reintroduce every single one, and I've had to also, provide extra land in order to be able to place it down. So at the moment it looks really bad, but I'll fix that eventually, so don't stress about that. Well, I'm not stressing about it anyway, so don't think you should either. Alright, place this park over here. From this park I think we did have a footpath that... No. Maybe it was facing the other direction. We did have a footpath there, which I'm assuming that we did in a way somehow have something connected around here. No? Space already occupied. Let's see if I can add a sunken plaza around over here. I can, so that's nice. Perhaps a car park, 2x2, no. 1x4, no. 2x4, 2x4 is what I'm after. This park is here, so that's fine. I like the park's location. I need to zone up some more office spaces. And with those office spaces also I need to zone up some extra footpath to connect it in between. Now over here as well. I will leave this open. What I might actually do is provide a car park. Another one. If I can find it over here, 2x4. I'll put a footpath that goes directly in between. Like so. Now just join that across like that. And over here we'll add some more commercial. Actually, no, what? On this area we'll join in some more office space. And we can detail this rather nicely, I think. Okay. So we're going alright with our budget. We're actually definitely quite comfortably making good, solid money or income. McDonald's I'm not going to place because that's going to have to wait. Crystal Towers, no. We've got the One World Trade Center. Oh, that's a tall building. We'll save that for later. 60 Wall Street. Okay, so I'll save that actually for when we actually do play something from Wall Street. The Turn. Let's see if that could actually work pretty nicely around over here. Although, let's see somewhere around over here. Yeah, I'm going to place it right here. This is going to work for me. And on one side, like that, that's fine. And on the other side over here, I'll provide a taxi rank. Okay. And over here, I can add, I guess, some trees and foliage will be nice. Let's see. With several bushes just underneath. Okay, that's nice. Good. Especially now that on this sunken highway we're getting a lot more tall buildings popping up. I think it's starting to look quite good. Still not getting much in terms of vehicles around over here. What I'm considering is implementing or start introducing some extra high density residential buildings into this area. So let's do that. So first block has been put in and we'll take it from this point, I guess, as soon as this starts zoning up, because we do have a bit of demand. I wasn't actually expecting to be doing so much progress around over here, but there we go, we are. You know what? While we're at it, let's do this bus terminal. Let's do it. Let's remove this. Let's remove this, all temporarily. Now, next question is, how much space do I need to place? Do we need to be able to place this bus terminal? Space already occupied by the tunnel. So what if we go into no collisions? That's fine. I wonder, just out of curiosity, let's just see if we can push this out even one block further. No, that's 2 blocks further. That's not what I want. Oi, no, I don't want to cut the power lines. Just 1 block further away. Like so. No collisions. Oh yeah, I placed that wrong. Road wrong. I need to do it with collisions or default. Just zone it up like that. And now let's do this with no collisions. Ah, beautiful. Now it's not exactly in between, like perfectly in the middle. It's 1 block off. That's because we've got uneven numbers on this area. Just taking my consideration if we should push this across 1. I think I might do that. So if I do it 1 across in that direction. So essentially what I'm saying is on this side, what we have is less space. So now if I just grab this avenue tool, build that up, that's too much. So I need a 4x3. So is it literally just that easy? Yes, it is. So we need to remove that connection, build that up to there, connect that to there. Now that's 7x7, which is perfect now. So let's remove this, that. I'm gonna have to remove that and that, remove that. And now let's just connect all of this up like so. Alright, temporarily remove that. Zone that across like that. Let's remove that footpath, that footpath. Now the next question is, how is this actually the same on either side? It's the same here. That's 4, that's 4. Yeah, that is actually going to work out, I think. So what I can do is make a big park around here. So we'll remove these shops from here. And I'll add a shopping district right over here now. Now this is going to be low or high density. Well, I'll do the... Let's see. Can I put this train station right here? I would love to be able to do that. Hopefully I will be able to do this. There's a bit of playing around in order to get this done, but I'm hoping that it will be worth it in terms of the result. Like that. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Just what I want. And now it's just a matter of joining that up simply like that. Alright, awesome. So it's like almost like our main hub. Now on this, I'm going to join this up like so with main. Now one side is bigger than the other. No, that takes up 3 spaces. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. And so I can join up like a park around over here to the metro station. I can put some extra around over here. Actually, let's see if we can put in a taxi terminal right here. Actually, I think we could possibly think about adding a taxi terminal sort of a thing around over here. It would be nice if it was a park, but at least like one taxi depot inside somewhere around this area or we can push it closer to the port area around over here. We'll leave it for now. We'll think about it. We'll see what happens when we get to it. So from here, this needs to move across to here and then out to there. Alright. So now let's just hope we get some development happening. I'm going to turn that off because that's not required at the moment, and that off as well. Connect it to the power. Actually. Connect that up to here. Like that. Now let's just see if I can quickly jump into default, upgrade this road. Ui. So, oh, that changes the whole station, does it? That's not what I want. So I still want to be able to zone here. So if that's zonable, and then can I place my train station in? I've got to find a way to do this. It's not as easy as I thought. Ah, there we go. It is zonable. There we go. Problem averted. Perfect. Alright. All good. There's no issues to be worried about at all there. Alright, so we've got our first residents moving in around over here, so we'll now start seeing if we can implement some connections with power. Make sure water is connected, which it is. Perfect. Start adding some more residents in. Let's really start developing this area. Now, I haven't seen any... Oh yeah, there are ships coming into here. Alright, awesome. So when we get around to the next episode, we're going to have to start introducing, well, keep expanding, introducing more main roads that are going to be flowing through this area so that we can possibly start connecting or thinking about where our metro train stations are going to be. And not only that, but also start considering whether or not it's time to start redeveloping this whole area with our main train terminal, so that we can also focus on our metro lines. So this area is running and operating very well. This MetLife building is a little bit in the way of what I was thinking of doing, and that was providing an extra ramp connection around over here. So this building may have to move. We'll see how we go. It's good to see this area, and the ships are not actually colliding with the bridge, which is also another good thing. And around over here, perhaps we can create like some marinas. That's ideas floating around. Now around over here, we still have demand for residential and commercial. So let's just start zoning. This is going to be a bit of a hub around over here, especially with this train station and the main bus terminal. It's definitely going to be a pretty decent or large hub. Just first remove that. I'm going to have to remove that, and I'm going to create some car parks next to this train station because I'm sure they will be utilized, like so. Perhaps another sunken plaza, or even this. Will that fit in here? How does this work? Actually, that works alright. I'm going to keep that, remove that. Move you across out to here. And now create some... create a taxi stand around over here. Let's dezone that. Create a nice footpath. Can align it with some flowers and trees, which we'll do. Well, not flowers because we don't really use flowers, but some nice little decorations. I don't know how close we can get. I don't want to push our luck here a little bit too much. Alright, I'm liking that. Let's see, anywhere else that we can possibly have a connection, so say from here to that. Will that actually be connected if it stays there? Yes, so I can remove that and keep providing some more commercial areas like that. Alright, perfect. So I will have to take into consideration also several things around here, such as possibly providing bike lanes around over here. I'm thinking, because yeah, I'm going to provide bike lanes because these buses do not want to be driving through cars. So I'm going to alter or change these roads around. That one has to stay like that. That's fine. So we'll have just one space available here for parking, but that's it. The rest of this area is all bike lanes. We could change that to something like that, I think. There we go. That looks a bit awkward on this side. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Behind this we'll add a park. We have demand for a bit more residential, so we'll keep plopping just a little bit more. Our population has dipped a little bit. I think we've just, gone through a bit of a old expansion cycle where a few people have just died off. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Our population will start going up as well in the near future. Could provide some university options around here, especially around this area. Let's just see. University buildings. We got some nice buildings here. That's too big. That's actually not too big. So we could possibly create like a university sort of a campus thing around over here. Oh, this actual university comes with metro lines underneath. Cool. That's a must. Alright, I'm sold on that. Alright, so a university building right here like that. Now if there's going to be a university, you know what, I'm going to remove, let's see, this commercial strip here. I'm going to remove that and remove that. And we can remove that to somewhere else. That's really, really cool that I've got metro lines underneath that. Do I have metro lines underneath the other one as well? And they're at different height levels. True. Cool. So what about the other one around over here? I did place another university campus. No, I didn't. Oh, that was in the other one. Okay, my bad. So there are potential locations here for more. Alright, so that's definitely going to happen then. I'm going to place more of these university campuses around. That will just look simply really, really cool. Next, our next university campus building will be exactly where? Right here? I think so. That will suit me. I'll put some car parks to be available around over here. Let's see. Especially near the station, it'll definitely come in very handy. So one of these, like that. Perfect. And now I'll slot in some extra car park spaces around over here like that. And perhaps we can just decorate. Now this has completely come out of the blue with this whole university campus building thing. Completely unexpected. But that's City Skylines. Expect the unexpected in a way, because the possibilities are pretty much, well, you can see they're pretty much endless. Alright, I'm really liking this. Around over here can add like I'll be able to add like a sports park and all that, and we've got our main park around over here. And we'll connect it with a bridge that goes over the top. So let's do that right now. Let's get these footpaths. This footpath action going on. So first let's just put a temporary road around over here. Just so that I can use this as a guide. Push this up to a height level around 6. That's all I need, really. Realistically. Oi, no. Remove that. So this goes up to 6. And now goes down to ground level. And that goes straight down. Why is that? I mean, I know I've got my train station there, but that goes down like that. I'm not actually going underground though, strangely enough. I mean, if you're going to be having these kind of issues, I can push it out further. There we go. Now you don't have any issues. Strange. Very strange. Okay. But it doesn't matter. So that there. Let's add our... what am I looking for? This. This to go into no collisions. And then into default, and then to go back down to here. Okay, so that stays even. Actually, no, that's not really even, is it? One side is definitely longer than the other. I don't know how I managed to do that. Thoughts. Need to go into this tool. Let's see, how long is that? 6 by 6. So from here, 5, 6. Can't be like that. No way. It's more like that. Yeah. Strange. Alright. Anyway. I'll push this out to there. There we go. Can add some more nice decorations somewhere around over here. Ah, first person using this car park. That's nice to see. So from here, let's see. Can we add perhaps like some parks or tennis courts around over here? I think we could. Or should we add another university campus building? No, we won't do that just yet. So this area, parks. Can we add, ooh, track and field. Can add us college, so we can pretend that it's like a college soccer stadium. Swimming club, tennis clubs. Here we go, large tennis club. Wow, that takes up so much space. Wasn't expecting that. I'll put this one in. Although for a college, you could deal with something that big. We can't really put any parks in because of this. Well, let's see what it looks like. So if we put that out like that, let's make some extra footpath connections out to here. If let's see, move this out to here. And start pushing this up to 6. Go into no collisions and overlap. Now jump back into default. Run over the top of this. Go out by 4. And then start going down. Something like that. And we can do the same deal on this side. Go out by another 1 unit. And there should be 4 units by 4. And join that up like so. Can create a... Ooh, this provides me with a great opportunity to create a pond. Something like that. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't want to clear out that sort of zone up, that block of land, or that cube. So it's not often I go into this much detail work. That will look good, I think. It's good to see that we're finally starting to see some traffic in and around this area. So we're definitely going to have to get some more connections running into here, I think. Just the current connections will not do. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Because I can already see that there's a bit of a trash issue. So maybe it's just a simple problem where we need to just provide more incinerators into the city. And I think that may be the issue. We already do have a couple extra around over here. So just for temporary reasons, I'll also provide with the city with another one, just for now. And so they should swing into action straight away. Yeah, beautiful. All right, excellent. So moving back into the downtown area. I'm going to create another pond. I just love creating ponds these days. Now that I've become more confident in my usage of the terraforming tool and the ability to use the add water, it's just fantastic. The stuff that you can create. Okay, I'm liking that. So let's remove that. Let's see if we can create a small segment which just comes across around to here. Like that. And let's see if we can create a bridge. That would look nice. That would really like finish this off. Oh yeah, look at that. Awesome. I'm absolutely loving that. Alright, fantastic. So now, let's add our water into this area. Just pause the game quickly so we can lower the level of the water. Oh no, it's so low that this area is already... It can't be. No way. Has to be able to go down even low. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. Alright. I don't know why or what, but okay. It won't be a problem. Alright, awesome. Continue simulation. Let's get some water in here. So this is the last thing we're doing before we finish this episode, guys. Oh no, there better not be water in the exit over here. That better clear out. Better be just a glitch. I think it is just a glitch. Yeah, it was just a visual glitch. Alright, perfect. So that is absolutely fine. I'll add some trees and decorations now. So this will be the final touches that we're going to be doing for this episode, guys, because it's been running along for quite some time now. And I still have currently work. I've been able to squeeze in some time outside. So for you guys, because I know you guys have been asking me for quite some time, when's the next episode coming out? And trust me, it's not that I've lost motivation or anything. It's just simply, yeah, the problems that I was having at home with the computer and the ability to render out videos because of the software issue. And but now it's all good. I'm hoping that I won't have any more serious issues and be able to start providing you guys with a lot more content, because I have been very, well, not the most active in recent times, so I apologize for that. And let's just jump back into this. So hopefully things will change. There are some previous broadcasts still available on Twitch where I was doing work, just trying to catch up on progress that we lost between Windows installations. So you can catch all the progress over there. And while it's still up there for the next couple of days, I think, or even maybe be a couple of, maybe at least another week since this video was released or will be released. So tell me, guys, what do you think? Have I kind of improved on my idea of just decorating with the rocks and ponds instead of just placing trees and footpaths everywhere? It's something a little bit more initiative I'm taking, or trying to take some inspiration, I guess, from Flux Trance's broadcasts. Alright. Alright guys, so just a few more decorations here and there. And this episode is now wrapping up. I actually have to go now, so it's actually just in time to finish up this episode. Thank you for being patient, guys. I know it's been a long time coming, this episode, but it's finally here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We didn't really do proper progress, I guess, in terms of full-on developing here and there. It may not be for everyone's liking or tastes, but as mentioned, it's, bit of progress here and there, bit of progress, everywhere, essentially. So, but one way or another, when you look at it, progress is progress. You guys have been updated on actually what's been going on, and yeah. Now that you know what's going on, hopefully everything will be good, and we'll see some more episodes coming out in the near future. Hopefully on a weekly basis now, at least 1 or 2. So remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you do give me a thumbs down, please tell me why you're giving me a thumbs down. It can help me also try and find a way to maybe improve these episodes so it can be, or I can cater to your